talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.
Welcome back to another episode of Caged In. I'm your host, Chris DiCarlo. Today we got a very special guest making his return to the show. It is Jake Ferri. How are we doing today, my man?
I'm wonderful, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Finally, get to talk to you again. This time, it's as you're getting ready to make your pro debut. Very exciting stuff. Cage Titans 73 going in there versus Tyler Redmon on September 13th. Part of Cage Titans Fight Fest weekend, man. It's going to be a great weekend. Overall, man, how are you feeling? It's been a little bit since we talked. How's life? How's things?
It's going good, man. I feel good. Been having a good camp so far. Been feel very prepared for sure. Get this first amateur fight out of the way. Life's been good, man. Like I said, I don't do a whole lot. I spend my time coaching and wrestling and fighting and training and all that. And I'm in my office right now at the wrestling club where I coach at. So I spent my morning training. Afternoon, I went to good sponsor of mine, D1 Training in Boston in Burlington, Mass. So I got my strength and conditioning done there. Great gym. Shameless plug of the sponsor. And came straight here, do this podcast, and then go coach.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome, man. Quite the routine you got going. Very exciting stuff for you come up in the future, man. But I do want to take a look back on your amateur career since now that is done and over with. Quick recap of the amateur career, man. 5-0 as an ammy, the NEF amateur flyweight champ, Combat FC amateur flyweight champ. 4 finishes, 1 decision in your 5 fights. When you look back at all that, man, which fight do you think means the most to you?
It's hard to say which fight means the most. They all definitely test me different, and in the end, it was all just about preparation. The amateur career was good and all. It's over now. It really doesn't matter. It means nothing. Starting with a clean slate. I guess if I got to think about what win means most was that last win at Combat FC for a few different reasons. It was in Wilmington Shriners. I'm 2 minutes away from there right now, where I'm at my wrestling club, and less than 20 minutes from where I live, where I grew up and everything. So I had a huge following, huge support there. So it felt like a real homecoming fight. I had to have all my little wrestlers there that I coach, all my friends, family, a lot of different communities, and I was tested with my first full 5-round fight against a tough opponent who came to scrap. So I got to get that full 5 rounds in. That was a very valuable experience before turning pro.
Yeah, man, 100%. As I mentioned, you've collected 2 of New England's amateur flyweight titles. Was there any talks of going out and getting more of those flyweight belts in the amateur ranks? Like maybe you're thinking about maybe going for like the Cage Titans title or like the Combat Zone title, CES, something like that, or was that never really on the table?
It's definitely something that's been discussed, but in the end, we knew kind of 5 fights, give or take, was what we wanted to do before turning pro. And like I said, all my fights before that last one ended in a round or 2. So we got that full 5 rounds, got that, that experience of fighting a full 15 minutes, which, what a pro fight will be. So after that, we're like, all right, now we're definitely ready to go pro, that we got that, a full fight in. And, the belts are cool and all, I like collecting them. But in the end, like I said, it's the amateur career. It's an amateur flyweight title. It doesn't really mean anything in the end. It's just all preparation. I win it, I go out with it after, whatever, have some fun, and then it hangs up in the gym, and I don't even think about it ever again.
For sure, man. Now that you've collected with your coaches and you talked about turning pro, why did you guys decide now was the right time to turn pro?
Sorry, what was that question again?
So now that you've had time to talk to your coaches and discuss it and everything, why was right now the right time for you to turn pro?
We kind of were anticipating it prior to that last fight at Combat FC. We were kind of talking about turning pro after this one, getting one more, and like I said, just obviously I wanted to finish in that fight. I was hunting for that finish early in that second round. Maybe hunted for it a little bit too hard, got a little bit tired, but was able to keep a good pace the whole time. And even though you always want to get the finish, I think it was better going the full 5 rounds. Now it's after that, it's like, all right, well, we did a full 15 minutes of fighting at once. Now we can definitely go pro. We know we can do that. A little bit different because it's gonna be 5 minutes to 3-minute rounds, a little more aerobic, but all in all, like now we got that experience. We got that one battle we were looking for, last battle, and now we could go.
Yeah, man. Has the approach in your training camp changed at all? Like you mentioned, you're going 15 minutes, 3 5-minute rounds. You get to incorporate, knees and elbows now as a pro. Has that changed the way you train at all in the gym?
Uh Not significantly. Like, obviously now we're aware of the elbows and knees, what we could do, working that, um, working into 5-minute rounds and stuff. My strength and conditioning coach helping with the adjustment because it is different. Like that, like I said, more aerobic when it comes to 5 minutes compared to 3 minutes. So it kind of shifts some of the things with strength conditioning. But all in all, like I'm always getting ready no matter what, in camp or out of camp, always training, staying busy. So not all that much changes.
For sure, man. And overall, how has this training camp been for you? Everything going good? Body feeling smooth? Like, how's it been this time around?
Oh yeah, man, I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a good camp, been pretty consistent. And like I said, man, like even right after that last fight, I was right back to the gym on Monday. You know, not that much changes from in camp to out of camp, just kind of dial in and ramp some things up. But yeah, man, it's been good.
Hell yeah,
Everything's
man.
good.
Hell yeah, man. Love to hear that. Let's get into Cage Titan 73, man. Like we mentioned, you'll be making your pro debut on that card versus Tyler Redmon going down September 13th in Plymouth, Massachusetts. What do you know about Redmon? And then how do you feel about him as an opponent?
I know he's got some professional boxing bouts under his belt. I haven't looked into him too much yet. I'll probably watch some film, my coaches, management, everything. Watch the film, do whatever. I never overlook anybody, but all in all, the only thing I know about him is that he's not Jake Ferri. He's not me. He can't do what I do. I'm sure he'll come ready to fight. He'll be a tough opponent, whatever. But I'm going to win this fight no matter what. This is my fight to win. Get that
Awesome,
pro
man.
debut out of the way, and then we'll move forward.
Hell yeah, man. Absolutely. Stylistically, when you break it down skill versus skill, we know you have that heavy wrestling background. You mentioned that he has a pro boxing experience. Where do you see yourself having the advantages here in this matchup?
Everywhere.
There you go. Everywhere, ground, grappling, stand up, all the bases are getting covered here.
Whether we're standing in the middle of the cage, against the cage, on the ground, I believe in my capabilities. Winning the fight anywhere it goes. I'm at a point now. I don't think I'm just a wrestler. I know I can strike. I know I can do whatever. I feel confident in my ability to win anywhere the fight goes. And I think that going into every single fight.
Yeah, man. And we know, like we mentioned, your wrestling has always been, your strongest weapon, and you've developed all your other skills to match that as well. Do you think there's anyone in this New England region at 125 that kind of matches you in that wrestling department, considering the extensive background that you have?
I'm sure there's, a handful of good wrestlers out there, amateur and pro, no matter where it is. But in the end, you know, the uh, the amateur wrestling doesn't always completely translate to the MMA wrestling. A lot of things that change. I still remember my first started training, getting thrown against a cage, against a wall, and trying to grapple against that. I'm like, wow, this is a whole different thing. I don't even know how to wrestle anymore. Getting driven into the wall, I can't sprawl anymore. I'm like, this is a whole different sport. So that's it's been cool getting used to. But in the end, there's a lot of parallels, but it's different.
For sure, man. We haven't seen you inside the Cage Titans cage yet. Are you excited to make your pro debut in Memorial Hall in front of that crowd in Plymouth?
Oh, definitely, man. I one of the first MMA shows I've been to, and this was years ago. I think I was a freshman wrestling in college. I remember I was visiting home, and one of my buddies I wrestled with, he was in college with Valdina at the time. He was, oh, you want to go? I think it was Valdina's first fight. He was, you want to go see him fight at K-Shines out in Plymouth? I'm like, yeah, sure. And went, and I was like very blown away with just the venue and the atmosphere there. And, I really dig how, the cage giants out in Plymouth, it seems like a whole culture out there. The people love it. I know it tends to sell out, it tends to get very loud. And I'm excited for that opportunity to wrestle in a place like that. I mean, not wrestle, fight in a place like that. That'll be cool, man.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. What can the fans inside the hall expect from the pro debut of Jake Ferri?
They can expect to have a new favorite fighter if they're not familiar yet.
Yeah, man. What are you bringing to this fight that you think the fans aren't gonna haven't seen? Like, you bring such a different aspect to MMA that's on this card on Cage Titan 73. Are you excited to show off your skills in front of a whole new crowd in Plymouth?
Oh, definitely, man. Like I said, it's a culture down there. They love the fighting. I think, I don't know, it's almost like a little bit like my last fight for NEF was like in Bangor. I've been to Plymouth before. That was my first time ever going to Bangor, and I didn't know much about it. I was kind of blown away with, like I said, it's a culture out there. The people that come there, it's not just people come to support one specific fighter that they're buddies with or whatever. It's like people that get excited for fights. I know that's what it's like over in Plymouth. I'm excited to see that crowd there, experience all those people, and just get a big finish in front of them.
Hell yeah, man. I haven't had the pleasure of seeing you fight yet in person, so I will be there at the card. So I'm very excited to see you perform live finally. But this is your second fight of the year of 2025. Could we expect to see you back in the cage again before the end of the year?
Ideally, yeah. I would definitely like that. Like I said, I don't want to look too far ahead. I got business to handle September 13th. Get that done and look to, have a quick turnover. Hopefully, if everything is all good, we're all good to go. But there's always a lot of factors, a lot of variables, this and that. But I plan on trying to be pretty active throughout the end of the year. So yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I love to hear it. Jake, I appreciate you coming on, taking the time to speak with me before your pro debut. Such a big step in your career. Very excited to see you perform live, like I mentioned. Before I let you go, where can the people come find you on social media and whatnot? And then anybody you want to say thank you to or shout out, anything like that?
Yeah, my social media, my Instagram is just Jake Ferri. Easy. JakeFerri. I don't know when the podcast comes out, but right now, I got way too many fight shirts. I'm trying to get rid of them, so I'm doing a little raffle. So you buy a shirt, I can ship it to you, whatever. You can enter it in the raffle to win a free ticket to the fight. I'll be doing the drawing this upcoming Tuesday, so it'll probably already be over by the time this is out there, but figure I'd throw it out. I probably should have worn one of the fight shirts, but I'm always very ill-prepared. But yeah, figure I'd throw that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jake. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on and talking to me, man. It's always a pleasure chopping it up with you. Best of luck on September 13th in that pro debut, man. I'll be there watching for sure.
Beautiful, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Hell yeah,
you got
man.
Incredible mustache you got.
Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate you. This is a lot of hard work behind this mustache right here.
It's not easy being that handsome.
That's what I'm saying, brother. All right, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Down for the count and he can't even talk now. This MMA, what we talking about? Yeah, you tuned into the pod now. Gonna be hard for you to stop now. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in. Yeah, we caged in.